the Supreme Court held that the petitioner, John Mahama, did not demonstrate in any way how the errors committed by the Electoral Commission affected the declaration of the election. They, however, revealed there is no reason to grant any of the relief sought by John Mahama, thereby dismissing the petition. Okay, so we'll get that soundbite later, but you know we started the show with a motion slide telling you what the petitioner's case is and the responses have been. Let's put it into perspective. So the last thing you saw from that slide was the 5 issues that were to be determined by the justices. Well, we'll bring you another slide because the justices addressed those issues, and I'll read them to you. Okay, so this is what we call the final verdict of the Supreme Court. On issue 1, the Chief Justice, Enin Yeboah, said the court is convinced that the petitioner raised a reasonable course of action. He said the argument by the first and second respondents that the petitioner had a weak case is not enough grounds for the petition to be dismissed. On issue 2, the Chief Justice said there is no doubt that the chairperson of the Electoral Commission made a mistake in announcing total valid votes cast. According to him, the threshold to declare a president should be based on the total valid votes cast and not the total votes cast. And since that was rectified by the chairperson, it is wrong for the petitioner to hold the EC to that error. He said the Apex Court is of the opinion that the chairperson had a right to correct the mistake when it was noticed. In view of this, the second respondent had more than 50% of the valid votes cast. In conclusion, the petitioner's submission on that did not find favor before the court. Let's look at issue 3. Chief Justice Enin Yeboah said at the time the petition was filed, the results of the Techiman South constituency election had been added and therefore was known to the petitioner. According to the Chief Justice, the cross-examination of the NDC's Asiedun Ketia established that the second respondent had more than the 50% plus 1 vote threshold. Again, even if all registered voters in Techiman South of 128,018 were added to the petitioner, the second respondent would still make the more than 50% threshold. And it's indicated there, the 50.79. The court therefore established that President Nana Akufo-Addo crossed the 50% plus 1 vote requirement even without the results from Techiman South constituency prior to the declaration of the presidential results on December 9, 2020. On issue 4, the Chief Justice said it is the opinion of the court that the error made by the EC chair did not affect the results and was not in violation of Article 63(3) of the 1992 Constitution. According to him, there is no denying the fact that the EC chairperson made an error. However, based on available evidence, it was corrected. And it is in lieu of this that the Supreme Court dismissed the case, saying it had no merit.